Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Kim with Kim's Inspired Life, and today I'm going to be making this chickpea and vegetable casserole. I got this recipe from a YouTube channel called Food Impromptu, which I've recently just subscribed to, and I think you may like that channel if you like fresh ingredients and a lot of recipes that have vegetables in them. So I'll link it down below. So here are the ingredients that I'm going to need today. So I need some chickpeas. So I got this at Trader Joe's. That was in my pantry. You're going to need about 1 3/4 cup of tomato puree. This is more than I need. I can just use that in a different recipe. And then you're going to need 4 or 5 yellow potatoes. And so I have some here, and you're going to need 2 or 3 zucchinis. I have some green zucchini here, and a medium purple onion, and then 2 medium tomatoes. You're also going to need some garlic, which I will get that out of the refrigerator in just a few minutes. The spices that you're going to need salt and pepper, of course, some oregano, some thyme, olive oil, and some ground cumin as well. What I want to do first is I want to go ahead and wash all my vegetables and peel the skin off of the potatoes and slice everything up. And then I want to rinse my chickpeas and then measure out my tomato sauce. So I will do all of that, and then I will be right back. Okay, tomatoes are cleaned. I just cut either end off. Same thing with the zucchini, wash them, cut off either side, and then onion, same thing, took the skin off, washed it, and then cut off both sides. Potatoes have been peeled and washed. I've measured out the tomato puree, 1 3/4 cup, and then I washed the can of chickpeas and then have them sitting there. Then I measured out the garlic as well, and about 1 1/2 tablespoons or so of garlic. I took out a bowl, and I'm going to cut the potatoes and the zucchini, and those are going to go in the bowl along with the spices and stuff. I'm going to put that together, and then I will cut the onion and the tomato next, and then I have out my pan, and we'll start putting everything in the pan. Okay, so the potatoes and the zucchini have been sliced, and they are now in the bowl. They look so pretty. So we're going to add in the garlic. Add that all over on top of it. A teaspoon of oregano. A teaspoon of thyme. Some pepper. 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to mix that all together, and then we'll let that set while I cut the onions and the tomato. This is smelling so good, you guys. Okay, tomatoes and onions are cut up, and so now we have our pan ready, and we're going to get ready to put everything together. So we're going to put our chickpeas in our container first, and we're going to add our puree on top of it, just like that. Going to add a teaspoon of cumin or so, and a teaspoon of salt as well. Since it looks like I have so many vegetables and I chose a smaller pan, I decided to get out a second pan, and I put half of the sauce and the chickpeas in there. Now I'm going to get the vegetables, and I'm going to layer them up in here. So after layering them up, this is what the first pan looks like. And this is what I have left to put in the second pan. Here's the second container. So I'll put that over here with the first one. Aren't they pretty? Oh my goodness. And then I still have some veggies left over. So I can try to squeeze in, I think, squeeze in some more of these zucchini over here, because they're already all seasoned and they look so good. and they'll just add more color. I think that's the one thing that I like. One of the things that I like about this recipe is just the color. I'm not normally a onion person, but I do like cooked onions, so I'm hoping that after the onions cook, they're roasted and they'll settle down. Yellow onions are supposedly the best onions for roasting. This is such a beautiful casserole. The oven is preheating to 400. I'm going to cover this with foil, and I'm going to put it in the oven for 40 minutes and then take it out and take the foil off, put it back in the oven for about, I think the directions said maybe about 10 more minutes, and then put it on broil for about 3 or 4 minutes. So the vegetables not only are cooked, but they're nice and crispy and browned as well. This is what it looks like before going into the oven.